Malade. Beautiful ah. What up, guys? It's your boy Matt from RamseyVoice.com. And if you're here, it means that you're ready for a lot of amazing brand new reactions. And I just cannot wait to get into it with you. Today, I'm actually going to be reacting to a singer that I have never, ever heard before. This is Miss Lara Fabian. Maybe I'm saying that right. Lara Fabian is what it looks like to me, but I believe she is Belgian. So maybe Lara Fabian. I don't know, but I kind of like talking like this. And she is performing a song called Sick, translation, Je suis malade. And spoiler alert, I do not speak French at all, but I try to BS it as well as I possibly can. To wit, that brings us to our pre-show shout out. Our high note is coming to us from Maria K. From Russia. She says, "Hi, I'm from Russia. Such a great reaction. Thank you. When you repeated some phrases after Polina, I have a reaction to Polina Gagarina, you sounded like a real Russian man. Almost without an accent. It's incredible. I know English natives who have been learning Russian for years and still have an accent. I'm impressed. Would you like to learn Russian? Absolutely, I would, Maria, but only if you are my teacher, because I trust only you. I love learning language. I absolutely love language and everything that it does. And language obviously has a lot to do with singing too. So we'll see how that actually impacts the performance today. With that said, if you're new to my channel, make sure that you watch until the very end because I will dissect a technique that the singer is using in 2 minutes. We call it 2-minute tutorials. So make sure to watch until the end. And without further ado, let's watch Lara Fabian sing Je suis malade. Sick. We're in B minor so far. I like that she's got a full band though.
Je ne rêve plus.
Ooh, wow.
Je ne fume plus. Je n'ai même plus d'histoire.
Up to an F sharp
Je
chord
suis
right
laide
there.
sans toi. Je suis sale sans toi. Comme une orpheline.
I like that she speaks singing the lyrics a little bit too.
J'ai plus envie de vivre ma vie. Ma vie cesse quand tu pars. Je n'ai plus de vie. Et même mon lit se transforme en quai de gare. Quand tu t'en vas, je suis malade complètement.
Up to a B4 there. Very light. Just a whisper.
Et qu'elle me laisse seule avec mon désespoir, je suis malade.
So up to an E5 right there.
Malade, t'arrives, on ne sait jamais quand.
She's really belting up to that B4 now.
On ne sait jamais où. T'en fous comme un rocher.
And back to that very, very breathy light phonation.
Je suis accrochée à toi. Je suis fatiguée. Je suis épuisée.
And there's no notes there. She's just speaking it. And that's beautiful.
Je bois toutes les nuits. Et tous les whisky. Pour moi. All
the whiskey for me.
Porte ton drapeau. Je ne sais plus où aller. Tu es partout. Je suis malade.
Malade. Beautiful ah.
Je verse mon sang dans ton cœur.
Notice how much she's opening her mouth on that ah vowel.
Quand tout est du dos, je suis
Malade, malade.
Tu m'as privé de tous mes chants. Tu m'as vidé de tous mes mots. Pour j'avais du talent. Avant ta peau.
And I like these bits of business too. You can feel how vulnerable she is.
Si ça continue, je creverai seul avec moi, près de ma radio, comme un gosse idiot, en écoutant ma propre voix qui chantera. Je suis malade, complètement malade, comme quand ma mère sortait le soir et qu'elle me laissait seule avec mon désespoir. Je suis malade, c'est ça, je suis malade.
I love that she's pulling the mic away slightly. She's doing that to make sure she doesn't blow it out. F#5 up there. Wow. Woo! Oh my God. Wow, that was amazing. There's so many fantastic things that we could talk about here, but I want to talk about something very, very specific because I want to just break this down into something that you know how to use immediately. And that is what to do with your hands when you're singing. Now, in this particular case, Lara Fabian, she's doing so many amazing things. We could talk about her vocal technique for days. We could talk about her stage performance for days, but I just want to really, really focus in on what she's doing with her upper body as she's performing through the song. And in order to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of like pick different parts of this, and I'm going to show you the way that she's using her upper body and specifically her hands in order to convey the message that she's trying to do. So starting off right here, she's just got one hand on the microphone, and we're going to start off really simple. You can have two hands on the microphone. You can have one hand on the microphone. You can have the microphone in a stand where your hands are totally free to use whatever you want. But in this particular case, she's going to transition between 2 and 1 as she goes out because she wants to use that other hand to express. Okay, so she's just using one there. Good. Now what happens as she goes up and she builds more pressure is now she starts to use gestures with her hands. She points, she's still holding it with one hand. And then as she continues, you can see, this is a really good one. You can see that her body posture is bent forward slightly. Now, what is that going to do to a listener, to an audience member? It's going to make them feel more pressure. It's going to make them feel more engaged. It's like if all of a sudden I just get really, really close in on you guys are going to watch it more than, and when I backed off, you probably felt a little bit like, oh, cool, there's a little bit less pressure. And she's actually doing that with her body language. She's actually pressing her body over rather than keeping it straight up. And you see a really good example of this later on. Let's see, right there. Oh my God, that's just a beautiful example right there. It's horrible posture, but she's using it as a way of affecting you, of making you feel something here. Let me go back to, okay, now here's some fantastic hand postures. She's using her hand. Oh, there it is right there. She goes from up here to out, where her arm is completely out, to almost cradling herself, which is absolutely phenomenal because she's doing all of this with one mic in her hand as well. So she's going from up here out and then cradling herself. What effect do you think that's going to have on you as a visual audience member of this? You see just how desperate, how lonely you can really, really feel all of the longing that she has in her singing, not only in her singing, but also in her performance. So when people ask me, what do I do with my hands when I sing? Well, I mean, the obvious answer is that you want to keep your arms relaxed at your sides. But I mean, that's just the starting place. And that's obviously assuming that the microphone is in a stand or you have one hand on it. If you want to add more pressure, you put two hands around it like this, and people will feel even closer to you because they feel like they're in on a secret, like you're almost holding their face in front of you. There's so many things you can do with your hands, but the honest answer is, what do you do with your hands when you're singing? It completely depends on the song, and I think that Lara Fabian has done a phenomenal job of showing you lots of different options of things that you can do when you're performing like this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff, ring the bell, and I will catch you next time.